All right, welcome. We're giving everyone just a second to get logged in, and then we'll go ahead and get started. All right, well, welcome to the Virtual College Exploration, which is hosted by the Illinois Association for College Admission Counseling and through StriveScan. We're so excited that you are joining us. Just so you know, this is a webinar style, so we cannot see or hear you, but you can ask any questions that you have using the Q&A button. So your camera and your microphone are off. This session will be recorded and will be available in about a week on the IACAC website, iacac.org, if you want a refresher. And then you can also sign up for more sessions at iacac.org as well. Without any further ado, I will go ahead and stop sharing my screen, and I will turn it over to Brittany.
Thank you. And you can hear me okay, right? Okay.
I can.
Okay, great. All right, awesome. Well, my name is Brittany Lawson. I am a high school admissions representative for Midwest Technical Institute. We are a trade school, and we actually have 6 locations. We have a sister school called Delta Technical College. So there's a couple of those campuses down in Mississippi, but as far as MTI goes, we have 3 in Illinois and 1 in Missouri. So I'll tell you more about those locations in a second. But I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here. Okay. So you should be able to see the screen that says build your future. And that's what we're going to talk about today. You know, what are the steps that you need to take to figure out what career path is right for you? I want to build that foundation first with you guys so that you can really brainstorm and get to thinking, what is the right career path for me? And then we'll talk about what trade school is all about. Some of you may not really know what trade school is, so you're here to just get informed on, you know, the general idea of trade school, and then we'll dive deep into the programs that we have as well at MTI. So just to tell you a little bit about me, once again, my name is Brittany Lawson. I have been with MTI for about 2 years now. I really love it. I used to want to be a teacher, but then I switched my degree over to business, so this kind of allows me to have the best of both worlds, kind of making my own schedule, but still allowing myself to work with students. So it's been a really great experience, and I'm loving just informing all the upperclassmen and anybody interested in trade school, because we need it strongly. So you'll learn all about that and why that is soon. So here are the locations that we actually have for MTI DTC. As I said, 4 MTI campus locations, and then 2 Delta Technical College locations. So let's talk a little bit about career paths and you know, how long you're going to be working. So when you choose a career path, you know, you're going to be doing this for basically your entire life, which can be a long time. So if you're working about 40 hours a week, 48 weeks per year, and you're working 50 years of your life, that equates to a lot of time. It's 96,000 hours of work. I don't know about you guys, but I don't want to be miserable for 96,000 hours of my life. So that's why it's so important to go into something that you're passionate about and, you know, you can make good money in too, so that you're fulfilled. And we'll talk about that. But where will you see yourself, you know, in the future? Are you going to be in a job or a career? Well, what's the difference between those two things? A job is actually something that's more short-term, temporary. You might not feel super fulfilled in that job. Might not bring you a ton of joy every single day. It might be hard to get up and go to work if you're not super into it. A lot of times it feels like you're working really hard for a little bit of pay, and you have limited advancement in those types of roles. Whereas a career should be the opposite. Okay, you should feel really fulfilled in that. It's more long-term, of course. Hopefully your income is higher. You get some vacation time and stuff too. But there's a lot of growth opportunities as well, which is super important in choosing a career path. But finding the right career for you, you know, now that you're deciding, okay, I think I do want to go into more of a career path versus a job, you know, what does that look like? How do you choose the right career? Well, some of you might know already what you want to do, and some of you might not know. Okay, so these are some questions that can really get your mind thinking about what is the best fit. So for example, what interests you? What really matches your personality and your goals, career goals and personal goals? Okay, but really think about the last question there too. What does a predicted growth and demand look like for your field? This is so super important because you want to make sure you're going into something and you're investing your time and money into an education or a field that's going to pay you back long term. So it's important to just go into something that you know that there's lots of jobs out there available for you and you have the opportunity to grow and build in your field so that you can continue to do it for a lifetime and be fulfilled throughout the entirety of it. So maybe now you have an idea of, what you want to go into. Something should be in your mind in some fashion as far as your career goes. But how do you take the first step to getting into it? High school, of course, yes, you got to get through high school, get those good grades, but then what's your next step? Some of you might have different steps. This is not a one-fits-all scenario. So you might all have different next steps. A typical next step might be working. So maybe you just, gain experience. For example, you could take over like a family business or something. You can just learn on the job experience. Maybe you do an apprenticeship. Military, that's a really great next step as well. 2 or 4 year college, very traditional, fantastic step too. And then trade school, like us at MTI. So these are what we call the big 5. There are lots of other opportunities out there for you to take that first step into your career, but these are the 5 most popular. So trade school is actually growing in popularity for 2 major reasons. One of those reasons being a skills gap. You guys heard of that? Maybe. So what a skills gap is basically this group of people that have been working in the trades for many, many years, and they're getting close to retirement. So we need people to come in and fill those positions. These people are going to be retired and they're going to take their knowledge and experience with them. Unfortunately, they can't just leave it behind. So we need to have people trained to fill these positions, to do it correctly. So I'm sure some of you have heard of the baby boomers, but 10,000 baby boomers are turning 65 years old every day from now until year 2030. And that's a lot of positions opening up, you guys. It's a lot of people retiring. So by 2025, we expect our skills gap to continue to grow and grow to 2 million positions. Okay, so if you want to make sure you're going to something that's strongly needed, there's going to be work out there for you once you get your certification, you graduate. This is definitely something to consider. The trades are in high demand. Okay, and that's something we talked about earlier. But another reason why trade school is growing in popularity is because it's a fraction of the time and a fraction of the cost. So that's a big benefit compared to like traditional college. I'll talk more about that and what that looks like in a second. But as far as choosing that next step, so maybe the trades are right for you. Okay, choosing that next step. Make sure that you choose a school to get into this field that fits your needs. So your learning style is something you should really take into account. And what I mean by learning style is there's 3 different types. So there are quizzes that you can take online to figure out what learning style is best for you. We actually have one on our website too, so you can definitely check that out. It's called a VAC quiz. But basically, you take this very short quiz and it lets you know whether you're a visual, auditory, or kinesthetic learner. So I actually took the quiz and I found out that I'm very kinesthetic, very hands-on, but I also have some visual mixed in there. Auditory is not my thing. I have to see something and then I have to get in there and just get my hands in for it to really click for me and stick. Okay, so these are just something to really take into account when you're choosing a college in general, whether it's traditional, trade school, whatever it is. Make sure you're choosing a school that is right for you so that you are making the best investment for yourself, where you're going to be the most successful. So if you feel like you're a hands-on learner, the trades might be a great profession to go into, and specifically a trade school might be best for you too, because at trade schools, you don't necessarily have to take all of those gen ed classes and things that require a lot of classroom time, where you're actually at a trade school getting a lot more hands-on time. So that might be really beneficial to you in your learning, where you might be most successful. So it's something to consider for sure. But as far as Midwest Technical Institute goes, we're definitely offering that hands-on atmosphere. So that workforce training, that's where you are in the lab and you are practicing what you're going to be doing out in your field. so you can build your confidence, get really good at it, and have that smooth transition out into your career and just do great every day. Like I said, we don't offer any gen eds. We are a trade school, so we are having you focus on just the trade you're going into. So you're earning that certification. You're not earning an associate's degree or anything like that. It's not a full 2-year program. It is less than a year. All of our programs at our East Peoria campus can be completed in less than a year. Okay, so for some of our classes, you're going to need to have some classroom time and some lab time. That might look more like 50-50. But some of our other programs might be more lab time than classroom time. Okay, and I'll talk more about that here when I get to the programs, but yeah, they're really quick. We like to keep our class sizes pretty small. So if you really like that atmosphere where you get a lot of one-on-one attention with your instructor, you'll definitely get that at MTI as well. Our instructors have tons of experience. They've been out in the field for years and years before they can come back and teach. So they're great mentors. And you won't have to bump too many elbows or opinions with classmates to get the learning that you deserve. We also have job placement assistance. So this is a huge benefit of choosing MTI. I'm not familiar with any other schools in our Peoria area that offer job placement assistance, but what our program looks like is us helping you find work. So the whole reason you're going into the trade school is so that you can get into the trades and work, right? So we want to help you do that. And basically what this means is as long as you have good attendance, 90% or higher, if you have great grades, C average, 70% or higher, then you will qualify for this program where we will do the job searching for you, figure out who's hiring. We'll show you a nice long list of all the places that, meet the criteria that you're looking for in a workplace too, because we'll talk to you about that ahead of time. So we'll show you a list of who's hiring. You pick out your favorites. We'll help you create a resume. We'll even do mock interviews with you, whether that's on the phone, virtually, or in person. We'll get you totally prepped and confident so that when you do go into that interview, you just knock it out of the park. Okay, we want you to land that position because you're carrying our name, and we want you to be super successful. That's the whole reason you came here. So we want that for you. And this is a resource that lasts you a lifetime. So as long as you are an MTI grad, you can always come back and ask for help again. If you move somewhere else out of state and you need help finding work, just give us a call and say, hey, I'm moving and I'm going out of Illinois. I'm going to whatever state. I need help finding work. Call us up and we'll go through that whole process from beginning to end with you again. So that is a really great resource, my favorite resource that we have. All right, so to get into the programs, we have mechanical trades and allied health. On our mechanical trades wing of the campus, we have an awesome welding program. So we actually have two. Journeyman Welder 1 is a 30-week course. You learn stick, TIG, and MIG welding in all different positions. And it's just, a lot of skill building. Journeyman Welder 2 is an extension of 1. So you can take 2 and you get them both. It's 40 weeks in total, but that last 10 weeks, you're focusing on pipe fitting and rigging, like in the picture. So getting that pipe from point A to point B. So for example, what the classroom time, lab time looks like for welding, if any of you have ever welded before or know someone who does, it just takes a lot of practice. So it's about 90% shop time, 10% classroom time. So it's definitely a lot of fun, and it's just practice makes perfect. We also have an HVAC program. So this is our heating and cooling. HVAC actually stands for heating, ventilation, air conditioning, and refrigeration and major appliance repair. So you're going to learn all about that. It's a lot of troubleshooting, but it's a lot of fun, and there's potential to start your own business in that industry too, so it's pretty cool. Allied health. So if any of you have an interest in the medical field, we have a lot to offer in this area. We have medical assisting. They typically are working in doctor's offices and hospitals. Dental assisting. They're working side by side with your dentists and hygienists every day. Medical coding. They're needed in hospitals, doctor's offices. They can also work remote. So after about 3 years of experience, they can work from home. So that's a really cool benefit of medical coding. Massage therapy, my personal favorite, because sometimes they need volunteers before they graduate, which you can take advantage of too as a student. But massage therapy is really great, and it gives you potential to start your own business as well, and they'll teach you about that. And basic nursing assistant is our CNA class. This is typically a requirement to get your RN, so we get a lot of potential future nursing students that come and get their CNA through us too. And then we have a newer program, it's about a year old, phlebotomy. This is a really great program as well. It's just all about finding a vein and drawing blood. So all of these programs can be completed in less than a year. The top 4 can be completed in 9 months and the bottom 2 are part-time. So the CNA class only takes 7 weeks and phlebotomy takes 5. So they're very, very quick, super hands-on. You have a little bit more classroom time in allied health, about 50-50 classroom time, lab time. But that's just because you're working with real people and you could hurt somebody. So we need you to understand a little bit about the anatomy first. Okay. All right. Some of the other advantages to choosing MTI. So no matter what college you go to, guys, make sure you're choosing a place that has accreditation. That's super important. And we are accredited. So we're accredited through the ACCSC. And we're also an all-inclusive school. So basically what that means is that when it comes to our tuition, it's just a flat price. So there's no additional textbooks or gear or anything, testing fees that you're going to have to pay for outside of the tuition after, you've already signed up. We include everything in one big lump sum because we want you to be 100% prepared from beginning to end for the course. So that's pretty cool. You don't have to worry about anything extra. A lot of individualized support. I can't emphasize enough that we're a small campus and you'll get that one-on-one attention that you need. So, if you really like being held accountable and, building relationships, then you're going to get that here at this school for sure. But the blended hands-on classroom experience, that is one of the biggest things that's great about MTI is that, you get a lot of lab time. So you're building your confidence every day. Going into a field, a new field at all in anything you choose is going to be a little bit nerve-wracking and scary at times, but our goal is to build your confidence enough that you're mostly just excited with a little bit of nerves. All right, so when it comes to tuition and everything, there's some ways that you can save some money. All right, and this goes for any school really. Financial aid is one of those ways. So that is the FAFSA. You need to complete one of those. If you're a high school senior, it'll open up for you on October 1st for the next school year. But basically, that just lets you know what you qualify for as far as grants and student loans. I'm sure you know a little bit about this. But if you don't or you want assistance, we can definitely help you at our school. So we have a financial aid department at our campus. We have them at all of our campuses. They can meet with you virtually, they can meet with you in person, but they can help you with that process from beginning to end. So that is a great resource. I can help you connect with them so you can get that FAFSA done. Scholarships. So hopefully everybody that is listening to me right now is planning to apply for scholarships. There are so many out there and so many of them that just go unnoticed. Nobody thinks that they're going to win, so they don't even try, but the odds are great. So definitely apply for those scholarships, you guys. There are external ones and there's internal ones with MTI as well. So internal scholarships, we give 23 away at each of our campuses every year. And that actually adds up to a lot. Across all 6 of our campuses, it's roughly $804,000 worth of scholarship money. So everything from full rides down to $2,000 scholarships. Okay, and they're really easy to apply for. You can register online through our website, but I can help you get connected and help you register too. I help you through the process from beginning to end. We stay in close communication. So if you ever have questions, you can call or text me and I'll be sure that you get registered on time and get all those boxes checked to apply for the scholarships. But basically what it looks like is you apply online, you create a very short video, 3 minutes long, about you, why you deserve a scholarship, what program you want to go into, etc. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it. So that's something I can talk with you more about if you are interested, and I'll be sure to help you through that process, but great opportunities that way for sure. We also have an early grad scholarship. So this is for anybody that's graduating this upcoming December and would like to get started right away. So you're graduating in December and want to get started in January, February, March. That's something that I can help you with, and we have an early grad scholarship for those students as well. So just let me know and I can get you more info on that. We have hands-on events. So of course, one of the things that we really believe in at MTI is hands-on is one of the best ways to learn. And we also believe that, testing something out first is important. You're making a big step, a huge leap into choosing a career path. So sometimes it's nice to just do a test drive first. So that's why we have these hands-on events. We have a welding competition that we host every year. So next year, it'll be a great event. We get a lot of people together following restrictions, that are guidelines and stuff by our governor and everything too, of course. So this last year we weren't able to have it, but we're hopeful that we'll have it again this year. It is a scholarship opportunity, but basically what it is usually there's over 100 high school seniors from all across the state that come together in Wells. Now this year we might have to split it up into smaller groups, of course, but you're competing against your peers for scholarship money. So there's some big checks given, and whoever wins first place gets $1,000 donated back to their high school's weld shop. So it's a really cool event. Allied health competition. So this is called Live, Breathe, Smile. And basically it's like a mini science fair where you create a project about the effects of smoking on the body. So whatever that looks like to you, and however you want to present that is totally up to you. Use your creativity, and it's a scholarship opportunity as well. Hands-on events continued. We have career nights. So these are really great. We might be incorporating more of a virtual setting for this too, for those of you that may not be able to attend in person. But if you are able to attend in person, it's fantastic too. But basically what it looks like is, as you can see here in these pictures, I mean, these are high school seniors that came into our campus and they tested out our programs. They were with our instructors and other high school seniors and current students of ours doing hands-on things that they would learn in the lab as an actual MTI student. So it's a really great opportunity to test out the program, test out the field, ask questions to these instructors that you'll get honest answers on. And it's just a great way to see if the school is a good fit too. So really fun event. Those are in the spring. Okay, so next steps. If anything you heard about today sounds super interesting to you and you think, yeah, this is something I want to look into further, or I definitely want to do a tour, I can definitely help you get that set up. So doing a campus tour is best, and whether that be virtually or in person, I can help you set up either. But then if you come and visit the school and you really like it, you want to apply for scholarships and all that, then I can help you save your seat for the next upcoming class. And we'll help you get with financial aid too, because that'll be an important step to take care of. So what I would like you to do now, if you didn't already, if you notice these QR codes down in the bottom of the presentation as I went through, some of you may have already taken a picture. If you haven't yet, but you are interested, please take out your phone and take a picture of that QR code. So once you do that, just open up your camera and take a picture with it. It should pull up a link. You just click that link and follow the instructions. So it pulls up a profile for you to fill out. It just asks basic information of you and it sends it directly to me so that I can get in contact with you and get all the information that you need, all your questions answered. As a brief recap, this is a list of all of our programs offered. Here is our campus and my contact info. So those of you that might be having issues with the QR code too, go ahead and take a picture of this screen. I'm gonna leave this up for a minute here and see if there's any questions in the Q&A at the bottom here, if I can figure out how to get to the Q&A. Here's that QR code again too. So go ahead and take that picture if you haven't yet. Okay. see if there's any questions. If anybody has any questions, go ahead and put them in the Q&A and I'll answer those.
All right, well, it doesn't look like there are any questions. So Brittany, if you're okay, I'm gonna go ahead and end the session.
Yeah, sounds good. Thank you so much for attending, everybody.
Thank you so much for joining. There'll be a quick survey when you end, and make sure to sign up for more sessions. We hope you have a great day.
Thank you.
Bye.